Welcome everyone to a new episode of Up and Foiling. This week I'm with Big House and we're finally talking about SailGP. You will all be asking yourselves, where is Theo? Well, Theo had some, let's say, difficulties with internet today, so he won't be joining, but he'll be back for the season for sure. So, hey Big House, how you doing?
Hi, Ricky. I'm doing great. I'm so excited to let you know a little bit more about this new season of SailGP, which is now the fifth season. So, started in 2018, and right now we're about to start in 2023 and 24 November in Dubai, where we have this first SailGP weekend. And is a record calendar. We have more than 14. We have 14 races, and more than a year long. It will finish at the end of next year. Like the last race will be the 30th of November in 2025. So it's a pretty long calendar. A lot of emotions, we hope, and a lot of races, and we are just about to start.
Welcome aboard, everyone! You're listening to Up and Foiling, the sailing podcast where we ride the highs and lows of the America's Cup and SailGP. I'm Ricky, your sailing fan, and with me are my two co-hosts who are still figuring out which one is the mainsail and which one is the jib.
Hi guys, I am Theo, an old-time Formula One fan, and I'm just getting to know the world of sailboat racing, and hopefully by the end of the season I will get to know where the start box is.
And hi guys, I'm Big House, passionate about sailing on big and slow cruising yachts, but still wondering why these fast boats are flying. And I'm loving so much these races.
Together, we're here to chat about the most thrilling moments on the water, with zero technical jargon and 100% fun. So let's get up and foiling!
Alright.
Yes, big house and a lot of up and foiling, we hope, right? We have
Yeah.
this record season, so ready to get going with it. And it all then comes down to the final race of the season, right? It's a winner takes all with the top three facing off. And this is like a really interesting format that we see also repeating every weekend with the top three for the race off. And yeah, it's so cool because it also adds a dynamic that until the end of the season, even if you have a one team that's so far ahead in points, it doesn't matter because it all comes down to the last race. So we'll be looking forward to that. That's quite a long way in the future now, and we have our first weekend in Dubai next week. Tell us more about how the racing works on a weekend.
Yeah, and during the weekend we will face like 6 races. 3 races on Saturday and 3 races on Sunday. Actually, the last race of the weekend is a final between just the three top teams of the weekend. Everything is decided at the end in the final race, and in the weekend we have all the teams that compete in 5 races, and the first three the first three scores of the weekend are decided in the final.
Yes, finally we're back with the SailGP format, right? It's shorter races with respect to the America's Cup. It's only about 15 minutes per race or even shorter. And there's lots of actions, right? In such a short time, a lot of mark roundings, a lot of close passes between all the boats. It's not only one-on-one, but it's fleet racing. So this
Yeah.
year we're going to see the record 12 boats on the water racing simultaneously, flying at 100 kilometers per hour. So it's really going to be absolutely awesome. And we're back also to the SailGP footage, the coverage. They're doing a great job with all those shots, both from on board. You see a lot of videos where they show like they have a GoPro on, and you can see them running across. You really get a feeling of what it's like to be on the boats. That footage is really amazing. They have quite a lot of drone footage as well, close to the boats. And yeah, and the whole race course is also a lot smaller, a lot closer to the fans as well. It's just awesome, SailGP. So yeah, we're very hyped. And yeah, you talked about the racing a bit. Tell us more about what are the stakes.
The score get the first to get 10 points, the second one 9, the third 8, and so on. And this year, as the first year, we have 12 boats on the water, and so the last 2 boats get 0 points in the end. So at the end of the year, we will have the leaderboard, and the first 3 boats will face each other in the final.
We can move on to the boats, right? The SailGP class is a very special class. It's based on the America's Cup boat from 2017. They raced in Bermuda. That's where the Kiwis beat the defenders, the US, and won the America's Cup. And this boat is called the F50. The America's Cup, it's been tuned a bit as a boat. It's been made a one design. So all the boats on the race course are all the same. That's a key difference with respect to the America's Cup. And there are more differences. Tell us about them.
Yeah, exactly. The first thing that anyone can notice is the fact that it's not a monohull design, but we have multi-hulls. So it's a catamaran. We have these 2 hulls, and of course the geometry of the foil is a little different with respect to what we have seen on the latest America's Cup. But wait, maybe in the second or third event of the season, they will introduce like a T-shaped foil in the SailGP, and that will mean an increase in handling and performance, and will be really nice to see how the development is going.
In addition to that, we also have 3 different types of wings. It's a very intelligent idea because depending on the wind, the committee decides what wing to put on these boats. So if there's less wind, they're going to use a bigger wing. And if there's more wind, they need less power, so they're going to use a shorter one. And that's very smart to keep the boats always very fast and the show always entertaining. In addition to that, they also have 2 different types of foils, big and small, once again for more or less wind. And yeah, as you said, Big House, we are having from the next events also some T-foils that are rumored to be very, very fast. They avoid all those problems of cavitation that we've seen with this generation of foils, and we hope to see these F50s flying even faster.
And higher, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I want to remark that both foils and wings are chosen by the race committee. So, as we said, all boats are equal, and they are equally configured for each race. So it's better for the competition because we are seeing the real skills of the various teams in full shape during the races.
Who's fastest between an F50 and the AC-75, so the America's Cup boats we've just seen flying in Barcelona? So there's been a lot of rumors around the internet about this, a few takes. I think the more realistic one is that we've seen the boats in Barcelona, the America's Cup boats, are just so optimized for that wind range of 10 to 15 knots, where they manage really to achieve very high speeds. Not only that, but also the velocity made good, so how much they can climb up the course, climb up the ladder quickly. That's really impressive. I think that's something the catamarans of the F50 can't keep up with. One condition where the F50s are probably faster than the AC-75s is when there's little wind. So they're both off the foils, and in that case, I think the AC-75s are a bit too heavy, whereas the F50 are lighter. They can lift up one of the 2 hulls of the water, and that's called H1 mode. We'll see that along the season for sure. And yeah, so that's a condition where we think the 50s are probably faster than an AC-75. we won't see them competing side by side, but it's something that it sparks quite some imagination to imagine a battle between the two titans.
This concludes part 1 of the first episode of the introduction to the SailGP. Stay tuned for more and more news about the SailGP.
Remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast or YouTube, and please comment to let us know which topic you would like to be covered more in our podcast.